We've worked to make the most responsible decisions possible for the betterment of our whole community.
And Cindy Martin, education isn't the only thing that goes into your decision or the only thing that you oversee when you take care of 121,000 children. What are the other areas of concern that you also will have to address in closing schools for 2 weeks?
You know what's so important when we think about closing schools? Front of mind is access to nutrition. We all know over 60% of our students are receiving free or reduced lunch meals, and having access to nutrition when schools are closed is very important. So we announced earlier today our plans to ensure that students can have grab-and-go meals, and they're able to go to various locations to drive by and pick up meals, working with our own food services department, and then also working with organizations like Feeding San Diego that have stepped up, and 211 San Diego, to say, while schools are closed, if that was your source of nutrition, we have great partners that are going to help us with that. That's one thing to consider. Of course, front of mind for me as a lifelong educator is continuity of learning. When schools are closed, how are we going to ensure that students are going to keep on learning, because that's so important. So our entire instructional team, along with LAUSD, have put together our plans to ensure that students have access to enrichment activities during the school closures. We want kids to keep reading. We had them bring home their independent reading books and their journals so that they could write, and textbooks if they have them. So learning activities and enrichment can happen during these times. Of course, we're also thinking about children having access to care. And if parents are having to still go to work, although we know many of our parents are also working from home, we want to make sure we limit exposure. The whole point of closing our schools is to stop the spread of this coronavirus. And so if we can make sure that our students are with their families and there's care for them, we will work on family resources. If parents don't have resources and they're not sure what to do to help with child care because they need to go to work, we're going to work with all of our community partners. And Kimberly, I really need to say that so many of our nonprofits throughout the city, the minute they heard San Diego Unified make this call, started calling our offices saying, we're here for you. How can we help? We'll set up places to support. What do you all need? Because this truly is who San Diego is. It's about being a better city. We always say better San Diego, and the way the community has stood right alongside me from the moment we made the call to say, let's do this together for our employees' well-being, if they have older people at home, and for our students, that we're going to do this as a city. That's what San Diego's all about. How do we collaborate and do the right thing? We don't overreact, we don't underreact, we don't create panic. We create ways for our students to keep being educated and to also address this significant health crisis that we're facing as a whole community.
You're so right about the generosity of San Diego, whether it's the San Diego Food Bank or Feeding San Diego. They've come together to make sure that those kids get those meals that they need, both breakfast and lunch, during these couple of weeks. Do you have advice for parents about activities during this time? You are doing this so that you will help contain the spread of the virus. I'm sure you have things you'd rather they not do during that couple of weeks.
Yeah, our district pediatrician, Dr. Howard Terrace, was providing information about where the limitations should be. It's the general guidance we heard our county health officials announce yesterday at a press conference. It's widely spread general guidance around social distancing, around hand washing, those kinds of things. We're right in line with the health professionals and asking our families to follow all of those guidelines and be really strict about it. Because this closure of school, as you said, it's not something that we take lightly. And so if we close schools and then we don't follow the guidelines around large gatherings or social distancing or hand washing or covering your mouth, all those things that we know work, then we're not contributing to the overall good that could happen by these closures. We want to actually stop this from spreading and follow that advice of the health professionals. So important.
One last question before you go, real quick. A lot of schools throughout San Diego County have announced they are closing too, but not every single one. Should they?
Should every school in the county close? Well, those are, as you know, those are local decisions made by each district, and including the county office. There are 43 districts in San Diego, and it was my understanding that all or none would be closing. I think that those decisions are imminent as folks look at their own local circumstance. I don't want to make decisions for other districts. I made the decision based on the deliberations and doing the responsible thing day by day. I knew for San Diego Unified, the core of this city, the heart of this city, it was time for us to act. And I know my superintendent colleagues and their boards are going through the same deliberative process that we went through, and they will make the wise decisions about when it's time for them to act, if they haven't done so already.
Yeah, Cindy Martin, the superintendent of San Diego Unified, making a decision on behalf of the community to keep them safe in light of the coronavirus, closing schools for 2 weeks, and we appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for helping us get the word out to our beloved community. We appreciate you.
Anytime. Thank you, Cindy Martin.
Now, other school districts, of course, as we mentioned, are closing, including the Sweetwater Union High School District in the South Bay.
Well, that's the second largest in the county. So let's go back now to 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala. She has reaction from that area. Mimi?
Yeah, Kimberly, Derek, parents that we spoke to said that they're mostly happy with this decision. Of course, now the challenge is childcare, like you guys were just talking about right now. We spoke with some students outside of Chula Vista High School today who said that the announcement didn't really come as a complete surprise, but there were some mixed reactions here.
Most people that didn't play sports, they were really happy because they get to stay at home for 3 weeks, but a lot of the kids that played sports, they really wanted to continue and keep playing and have fun still.
And although today was business as usual at Chula Vista High, all students in the Sweetwater Union High School District will be off school starting Monday through April 6th. Now, there are about 38,000 students and nearly 4,500 staff members at the district's 30 campuses, and they were already going to be off for 2 weeks for spring break, but the third early week was added as corona concerns continued. Now, I did ask a district official if students will be sent home with homework or if teachers will have to put up lesson plans online. They said although most students do have district-issued devices, they are not asking teachers to create any additional lessons at this time. The district said that the decision to close came after a very careful consideration and also guidance from the California Department of Education and the state of California. Now, we are told that the cafeteria will remain open, providing lunch for students starting next week. Those plans are still being finalized right now. And of course, this could also extend the school year, but that will come from the California Department of Education at a later date. We're live in Chula Vista. Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
Thank you, Mimi. And joining us now by phone is Dr. Jamie Friedman with Children's Primary Care Medical Group.
And Dr. Friedman, your office is in Forest Ranch. Very busy today as a lot of parents try to make decisions in light of the coronavirus. What are you hearing from parents and what advice are you giving them at this point?
Well, mostly up until now, I was hearing from parents of whether or not they should keep their kids out of school. But since that decision has been made for them, I think that's very reassuring, especially for the kids who have underlying health conditions. Parents have been very, very worried.
We have to ask you, we know that this virus largely spares children, but that means it's very important that we do understand the symptoms. So what symptoms should parents look for?
Well, yeah, it's true. We are not seeing this in kids very much. We're not seeing kids testing positive. In San Diego, I believe up until now, no kids have tested positive. So it is important to remember that for kids, we are seeing a lot of everything else. Still flu, bronchiolitis, we're even seeing gastroenteritis, croup, so a lot of other illnesses. So they can still come in and get checked for these illnesses. But in particular for COVID-19, if kids do have cough, fever, shortness of breath, just like for adults, especially if they've had an exposure, it's something that they're going to want to call in advance, just like the adults are being told to do, so that we can give them guidance on the best next steps.
And yes, I can confirm no kids have tested positive so far in San Diego County. Now, the question is, so we know kids are going to be held back from school. Would you advise parents to keep kids home from activities like sports, music lessons, those sorts of things as well?
The social distancing, the need to flatten the curve to protect our older neighbors and people with underlying health conditions, then yes, you have to go in it basically full force and say, we're not going to expose anyone and we're not going to pick it up either, because kids could get sick and maybe have mild symptoms and still pass it on to other people. So we do have to be careful about everybody in our community.
Yes, and Dr. Freeman, on that note, how should parents speak to their children to kind of keep the stress levels down while they're maybe giving them messages such as, let's not get as close to grandma and grandpa right now?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think it's really important to understand where your child is coming from, what their age is, and ask them what they already know and what they've heard, and try to correct any misinformation. Let them know that every year, all year, all year round, there are germs, and so we do have to be careful about washing our hands, not just now, and we have to keep our hands away from our face and clean up after ourselves. So that's something that we have to do all of the time. Right now, there's just something going around that is different than usual, and so we're taking precautions. But, parents need to make sure their kids get their questions answered and know that they feel safe and have access to get their questions answered, even if it's by doing a video visit with their doctor or calling the doctor or something like that.
Do we know why kids seem to be less susceptible to this virus yet, or is it still just a mystery?
I don't think we have any idea. I mean, some of the things that have been kind of thrown around, and you've heard in some other reports, are the fact that kids with a very fast, rapidly growing immune system around each other all of the time get other forms of coronavirus every season, every winter, that cause common colds. And so there's a theory that maybe they have some partial immunity. Other than that, which again is just theory, and I have no proof of that, I don't really know what the underlying thinking is. I know there have been some really sick kids at the hospital with other things, and they've been tested, and as you said, they've been negative. So far, knock on wood, kids have been really lucky in this instance.
I think we will end on that beautiful note that kids are doing very well in San Diego County. And Dr. Jamie Friedman, we appreciate your expertise on the subject. We know that you are trying to keep them that way, and we all hope that they do stay safe. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you.
And you can stay on top of all of the new developments with coronavirus by getting the 10 News app. It is free. It's available for download in the App Store.
And from schools to businesses, medical care to travel, we know the impact of coronavirus is far-reaching in our community, and we want to hear from you. How is this pandemic affecting your daily life? Send us a message at tips@10news.com, and we will tell your stories. We're back at 4.
Welcome to The Race. From now until November 2020, we are traveling the country, going coast to coast and border to border, taking a look at issues impacting people's lives, like immigration and healthcare and jobs and gun control. A fair and balanced approach to what's on American minds. That's every Sunday on The Race.
This Sunday at 11 a.m. on ABC 10.
Get to the Ross Spring Dress Event, where the prices make all of the dresses yeses. Save 20 to 60% off department store prices on our best selection of spring dresses. Get your yes for less at the new store in Spring Valley.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Claire. She has AT&T DirecTV. I get tons of HD. Spectrum has tons of HD. On demand and the sports channels are included. Well, DirecTV Select doesn't include the sports channels. And we get exclusive access to original content with Spectrum Originals.
Oh, I don't get that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-955-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps.
My starting speed is only 50 megabits. Spectrum is 4 times faster.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm in one contract for TV, second one for internet. It could cost hundreds to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll help buy out yours.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-955-4499.
Babe?
What? No.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. See? Yes. That's the sound of saving 20 to 60% off department store prices at Ross. Yes, for less.
ABC 10 News at 4 with Kimberly Hunt is up next. Stay tuned. Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
We are now under a national emergency declaration as the federal government rolls out new measures to combat the coronavirus in the United States. Good afternoon. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Derek Stahl. Here is what that declaration will do. It frees up $50 billion to help fight this pandemic. Certain laws and regulations will be waived in order to quarantine and treat sick patients.
And President Trump said 1.4 million new tests will roll out next week, 5 million more by the end of the month. And today there are 8 positive, presumptive cases of coronavirus in San Diego. Right now, we have San Diego Mayor Kevin Falkner on the phone with us right now. And Mayor Falkner, let's begin with that. Give us the update today.
Well, thank you, Kimberly. And obviously, this is something that our county health officials are going to be monitoring and updating on a daily basis. As we heard yesterday from Dr. Wooten and Dr. Ifantidis, they're expecting additional cases. This is not out of the ordinary, at least for what they thought with planning. The more tests we get, that's going to be a very good thing. And so we continue to have a coordinated all-hands-on-deck effort from the City of San Diego, the County of San Diego, and we can't stress enough, as you all have been talking about this afternoon, to continue those hygiene practices, continue those social distancing. Those are the best ways that we can be protecting all of ourselves, and that's what this is all about at this time in San Diego.
Mayor Falkner, a lot of San Diegans are on edge right now, frankly. They know that their schools have just been shut down. They know that their events have been closed. They know that, large gatherings have been shut down. What's your message to, right now, frankly, kind of a panicked public?
Yeah, and we've been talking about that a lot, which is we've been through a lot in San Diego before. Whether it's emergencies, natural disasters, we are going to get through this as a community. We're going to help each other. We're going to follow the directives. We're going to be smart. We're going to be deliberative. But now is a time, as I said, for all of us to work together with actions that make sense in a calm manner. And that really will represent the best of who we are and what we are trying to do, making sure that we have all of those facts, because I think in times like this, that's the most important thing. And again, the resiliency of San Diego is something that I've just loved to see everybody from across the city and the county who is looking at how they can help deliver meals, how they're helping in terms of our senior community. The volunteer spirit, the can-do spirit, it's just been amazing to see over the last 48 hours.
And Mayor Falkner, in real terms, how does the national emergency help our city as far as testing, hospital beds, the real on-the-ground things that will make this easier?
Well, I think that's right, Kimberly, and that focus particularly on testing kits and getting the testing opportunities available. Some of the mobile testing options that we discussed yesterday, as you know, with our briefing at the county, that's going to make a real difference. And so those dollars are going to help. The preparation is incredibly important. Look, obviously, some significant actions in the last couple days in terms of gatherings, in terms of schools. It's different. But at the same time, it's designed with one goal in mind, and we've heard it a lot today. How do we flatten that curve? How do we protect people? How do we take care of folks? Because we have one goal, is to keep as many people healthy and get out of this as quick as we absolutely can.
That is the hope from all of us, yes.
Yeah, so on the question of finances and funding, we know that the president signed an emergency order that's going to free up about $8 billion, and that money is going to be channeled to the states and local municipalities. But in terms of the city's emergency funding, what kind of resources does the city of San Diego have at its disposal right now?
Well, we do, and it's part of what we talked about yesterday with our own emergency order that gives us the flexibility to move quickly on contracts, to make the decisions that we need to make and will make to respond to this. I had a meeting today with our budget and finance folks, all of our public safety. I'm really focused right now on ensuring that we're able to continue to deliver all of the essential city services that we need, whether that's police, fire, water, wastewater, trash pickup. I can't say enough, again, about the spirit of our own city employees that are really rising to this occasion. And as you know, with the closure of the schools, we're really dealing with issues of daycare and making sure that we have everything staffed. So we'll be working on that this afternoon, tonight, and over the weekend. But we're taking the steps that we need to take that are necessary with one goal, again, how are we going to keep operations smoothly running, giving our resources to our public safety officials. Met at length today with Chief Stoll of our fire rescue and Chief Light of our police department. And again, can't say enough about our first responders who they've got an extra burden right now, but they're handling it so very, very well, and I'm incredibly proud of them. Incredibly proud of San Diego right now.
So many people stepping up in our county, including those first responders. Thank you for your time this afternoon. We've been speaking with Mayor Kevin Falkner on the state of the coronavirus. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.
And the majority of San Diego schools are shutting down. We have a list of the affected districts scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
Of course, the biggest one is San Diego Unified School District, the second largest in the state. 10 News reporter Rachel Bianco got some answers today about lunches that will still be provided to students.
Yeah, that's right. We'll get to that in just a second, but this will create major lifestyle changes, not just for parents and their children, but also in many cases for grandparents who will step in to help out with childcare, and then that creates concerns because we know that they are at higher risk for this virus. Now here at Patrick Henry High School, the school is emptied out and the kids will not be back before April 6th. San Diego Unified is home to roughly 135,000 students and around 6,000 teachers. All non-essential employees will work from home starting next week, and the schools will be sanitized. School leaders stress the closure is not because any student or staff tested positive for the novel coronavirus. They just want to stop the spread of possible illness. Now, this is a major inconvenience for families that have both parents working or single parent families. And another concern that you mentioned, the roughly 60% of students who rely on their school for breakfast and lunch. Starting Monday, the district will provide meals at 8 different schools. There will be no congregate feeding, though. The meals will be picked up and then taken home. We talked to one dad who is thankful he can work from home, and he understands the decision to close, but was a bit surprised.
That's a hard thing to say because I don't know enough about it to know it's how scary this really is. And I mean, we're talking about kids who wipe their hands all over each other. They're drooling on each other, sneezing on each other. So yeah, maybe it is, but hopefully this doesn't last very long.
The students were sent home with assignments, but school leaders are encouraging families to give kids projects and other purposeful things to do. They're also encouraging them to get outside and exercise when possible, but don't send them to playgrounds. That defeats the purpose of avoiding crowds. And of course, families are hoping that it doesn't rain for the next week. Again, school closed until April 6th. Reporting live in San Carlos, Rachel Bianco, 10 News.
A lot of plans being changed right now. Thank you, Rachel. We want to show you the list of the 8 serving locations for those San Diego Unified School students. They can go and get the breakfast and lunch. Clark Middle, Cherokee Point Elementary, Sherman Elementary, Zamorano Fine Arts Academy, Kearney High School, Walker Elementary, Walker Middle School, as well as O'Farrell Charter School. The impact of the school closures is being felt across the county.
10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is live in the South Bay for us, where Sweetwater parents are reacting to the news. Mimi, what are they saying?
Yeah, Kimberly, Derek, childcare, of course, is the main concern, but the parents that we spoke to said they're mostly happy with this decision. They believe it was the right thing to do. And we did speak with some students outside of Chula Vista High School here who say that there were some mixed reactions to that announcement.
There's some people that are nervous and scared about it, but I don't think it's a big deal. We can all find a way to get around it and stay clean.
And that student's grandmother tells me she'll be watching over him and his 3 other siblings. All students in the Sweetwater Union High School District will be off school starting Monday through April 6th. The district includes about 38,000 students from 7th grade through 12th grade and about 4,500 staff members with 30 campuses located here in the South Bay. Now, they were already going to be off for 2 weeks for spring break, but that 3rd week was added as coronavirus concerns continue. And I asked a district official if the students were sent home with homework or if teachers will have to put up lesson plans online. And they said although most students do have district-issued devices, they are not asking teachers to create any additional lessons at this time. The school has been cleaned and sanitized daily since these concerns started rising, and we are told that several schools will continue feeding the students lunch starting next week from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right outside of the schools. Chula Vista High is on that list. We're live in Chula Vista. Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
We know 14 days so important, and those schools closing for 2 weeks. Thank you, Mimi. Schools across the county announcing the closures and the schedule changes. You can find the details released by each school district on our website, 10news.com.
The Trump administration's taking action today to try to speed up coronavirus test results. It's giving $1.3 million to a company in California and another in Maryland that are trying to develop new tests. Now, these tests could detect if someone's positive within an hour. It is going to take 6 to 12 weeks before these will be ready for the FDA to check out. A possible boost for coronavirus testing. Roche Holding AG, a private company that got the okay for its tests. Now, it's hoping in total that they could test more than 5,500 people each day. The test will go on sale immediately. Meanwhile, the Mayo Clinic says it has a test that can detect the virus that leads to coronavirus. The clinic seeking approval from the FDA. It says it's already seen promising results. The tests would all be analyzed at the Mayo Clinic itself. The effects of COVID-19 on our finances are beginning to grow. We spoke to an economics professor who is studying how the markets have reacted and just how long companies might continue to slow hiring. And he says it just comes down to one word, and that is uncertainty.
Uncertainty has made companies to retract. They don't know how long they want to be open or shut and how many people to be hired. So all those decisions are now on hold, at least for the next few months.
Well, the cancellation of sporting events is something that we're talking about. Movie and TV show filming has also slowed. Economic professor Kishore Kulkarni says that history gives us clues about just how long a severe downturn in the economy might last.
Well, the history does tell us a good news, however. And the news is that almost all types of disturbances, including the wars and the terrorist attacks, have been overcome by the market in the long run. And by the long run, I mean the 2 to 3 years.
He also says that when the government has passed tax cuts or aid to help the economy in the past, it is widely viewed by economists as something that helped the economic situation. Now, if you're wondering what to do after a concert or a game that you were planning to go to was canceled, you are obviously not alone. When it comes to getting your money back, you do have several options. Many outlets are refunding sales already, but if that's not happening, you can contact the seller directly. And if that doesn't work, industry experts say reach out to your credit card company because they have extra buyer protection.
Fears of coronavirus have led to a mad rush of people flooding stores to buy basic essentials, including TP and water. 10 News reporter John Horn is live with a look at the panic. John?
Well, that panic, everything seemed to have changed in the last 20, 30 minutes. You can see right behind me this Costco in Santee, back to business as usual. But it wasn't too long ago that the line was extending halfway down this building. Well, that's all changed, and I think one of the things that may have changed is that word got out that there is no more toilet paper or bottled water in this Costco. Now, we talked to a lot of people out here today, overall in good spirits and here for different reasons. One man was saying that he just came because he needed pies for his daughter's wedding. Other people concerned about Costco running out of things and them not being able to get the essentials that they need, especially if things start to shut down, as we see with the coronavirus changes that are coming in. Now, that being said, lots of people here got lots of perspectives. Spoke to one mother-daughter duo that was mostly successful, but not entirely successful in getting what they needed. Here's what they had to say.
Did you get what you needed?
Yeah.
Was there anything you wanted that you didn't get?
Toilet paper for her mom and her sister.
Okay.
Because we were looking and then there's nothing. We have some at home, but we'd like to have more.
Now, one of the things we were looking at is why the change recently happened. But again, it is business as usual as we see it. Now, we don't know whether that's all going to change if people get off work as 4 o'clock turns into 5 o'clock in that Friday evening. So we will be here to bring you the latest from this Santee Costco. But for now, live in Santee, John Horn, 10 News.
Thank you, John. Meantime, Wall Street is reacting to today's national emergency declaration, but it wasn't nearly enough to close in positive territory for the week. The Dow lost 10.4% for the week. The S&P closed down 8.8%. The Nasdaq is down 8.2% this week. We'll send breaking news alerts to your phone as this develops throughout the day. You can stay up to date with the 10 News mobile app.
All right, we are also tracking the weather, of course, today starting with heavy rain, and the showers haven't stopped.
Angelica Campos joining us now with a look at the radar. Angelica.
Now let's start with some good news. The storm is moving out of here. The only issue is that the main flow is going to keep the chance for showers into the weekend. So as we look at the current status here, the storm now moving into the Four Corners, but that flow in the backside of the storm is going to keep the westerly wind in place. And as we are able to zoom in and show you what's actually happening in our county, we can see a couple of those showers still passing through over the 52 just east of Terracina, and most everyone is actually starting to see some dry breaks in the North County. Also a couple of spotty showers in Oceanside, but it's been non-stop since early today, at least in the North County. It is nice to see a couple of dry breaks. We will see periods of showers scattered across the county into the weekend. So the breakdown, we'll see a few more showers tomorrow, Sunday, before the next storm system moves in. I'll pinpoint exactly what it brings.
Thank you. And we're breaking down the bodily signs of coronavirus, the one symptom that sets it apart from the common cold and the flu.
Plus, San Diegans turned away by the doctor, why they were told they can't get tested.
And should you keep your travel plans? An aviation expert joins us live to break down the right decision for you.
Live, John Krasinski from A Quiet Place Part 2. Plus, actress Jane Levy and Goo Goo Dolls perform.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 10.
On the next list, it's the most superstitious and unluckiest day.
There's historical basis for it.
Plus, an entertaining way to get fit while you have fun.
Weeknights at 7:30 on ABC 10.
At BMW, we didn't make just one SAV, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. With unmatched power, luxury, and performance, the BMW X-Range is prepared for any road you travel. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers today.
Metastatic breast cancer is relentless, but I was relentless first. Relentless about learning the first song we ever danced to. About teaching him to put others first. About helping her raise her first child. And when I was first diagnosed, my choice was Everyday Verzenio. It's the only one of its kind that can be taken every day. It gives us more time without cancer progressing.
Verzenio is the only CDK4 and 6 inhibitor approved with hormonal therapy that can be taken every day for postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign of diarrhea, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening inflammation of the lungs can occur. Talk to your doctor if you have new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include tiredness, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are pregnant or nursing.
My relentless reason? It's them. My choice with my doctor? It's Verzenio.
Ask your doctor if Everyday Verzenio is right for your first treatment.
The SDCCU biggest used car sale has moved to all San Diego and Escondido Penske dealerships. Get rates as low as 2.99% APR on over 500 used cars, trucks, SUVs, hybrid and luxury vehicles. Don't wait. 2.99% APR is available March 14th and 15th at the new locations, all San Diego and Escondido Penske dealerships. Subject to approval. For details and new locations, visit sdccu.com.
From 70s and sunny to rainy days and Santa Ana winds, stay ahead of seasonal changes with 10 News Pinpoint meteorologists Megan Perry and Angelica Campos covering you morning to night. 10 News Pinpoint weather, San Diego's most accurate forecast.
A lot of concerns stemming from the coronavirus are based on uncertainty. Information about this virus is unraveling in real time.
Our reporter Rena Nakano sat down with a doctor to answer questions submitted by our 10 News viewers. Rena, what did she say were the exact symptoms of coronavirus?
Yeah, Kim and Derek, we know a lot of people talking about cold or flu-like symptoms, but what exactly does that mean? We'll break it down for you.
According to the CDC, the cold usually presents itself in the form of sneezing, cough, stuffy nose, and sore throat. The flu brings up fever, aches, chills, fatigue, sneezing, cough, and ache. But the most common coronavirus symptoms include fever, cough, and shortness of breath. You can see there are lots of overlaps. But the biggest difference is the respiratory aspect of shortness of breath. When you experience that, that's cause for serious coronavirus concern.
I would say that the main thing that is different about the coronavirus is that it most commonly, more so than the others, causes shortness of breath. It's rare for the others to cause shortness of breath.
So when should you go to the hospital? Dr. Alulade says don't panic and just run out the door immediately. First, make sure you have fever, cough, and especially shortness of breath. Then call your doctor to let them know of your specific symptoms so that the hospital or doctor's office can prepare for your potential arrival. For example, you may need a special type of room set up, you may not. Listen to their advice, then proceed. You may be asked to stay home and self-quarantine for the time being, or you may be asked to come in immediately to get tested. It all depends on that phone call.
And again, the biggest lesson here is shortness of breath, and doctors say that is one of the biggest telltale signs of coronavirus. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, I'm Rena Nakano, 10 News.
Good information as a lot of people head into a weekend. Thank you, Rena. We're tracking more rain. Angelica Campos has a look now at the current conditions out there. Angelica.
Hi, Kim. Let me just say, I know I heard some of you saying they were hoping that it doesn't rain for another week. Hang in there, because another week of rain potentially in our horizon. So as we look at the current conditions, our latest storm is starting to push out, but some of that westerly flow is going to keep an influx of moisture, and showers will be spotty in nature, but they will continue. All in all, it is not going to be a washout for the rest of the day or into the weekend, but the next storm system is going to be here Sunday night. Let's take a look at the North County right now. The showers moving into Oceanside, traveling over Camp Pendleton, and a few showers also moving from Del Mar, tracking east. Everything moving quickly, but is when you're under those showers that becomes a problem on the roads. So showers will be tapering off, but they will continue on and off through the weekend. The best chance tomorrow will be early, and then again tomorrow night. Sunday morning, we'll see a few showers. The rest of the day taking a dry break, and Monday doesn't look bad, but it's Monday night that the next storm system will be arriving, expecting the potential for flooding. It looks like at this point I would be watching for the worst days on Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be able to fine-tune the forecast and tell you exactly what to expect, but do expect, at least for now, the chance for flooding next week.
After a truck hit me, insurance only offered $30,000, but I called the Barnes firm and got $1 million more.
What's your case really worth? Call us now and find out for free.
The Barnes Firm, 1-800-8-million.
We switched.
We switched.
I switched to Chevy for my family. I switched for more room. Hey. We switched.
Why do we switch?
For adventure. For this.
See why people are switching to Chevy.
I'm never switching back.
Current competitive owners get $5,500 total cash allowance on most Equinox models. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Spring savings at Metro Flooring.
Carpet hardwood and laminate.
Plus tile and stone.
Save on Mohawk Smart Sham Forever Clean with All Pet. The only carpet with permanent built-in stain and soil protection that won't wear or wash off.
It's perfect for kids and pets. At Metro, you'll pay no sales tax and pay no interest for 1 full year.
We are who you are at Metro Flooring.
Introducing the most capable Sierra lineup ever. Step up to GMC with 0% financing for 72 months on these 2020 Sierra 1500 models. Plus get $500 purchase cash, or get $6,500 purchase cash on Sierra Crew Cab models.
Welcome back to San Diego, Vanessa. Born and raised in Chula Vista, this San Diego native is excited to join the ABC 10 News morning team, helping you navigate your morning commute.
From the 52 interchange.
It's great to have you home. Vanessa Paz, ABC 10 News morning traffic anchor. ABC 10 News at 11, honored with the Emmy for Newscast Excellence 5 years in a row.
Okay, San Diego, it's matchup month. Time to find out why Ford is the winner, hands down. There's only one midsize pickup with best-in-class available payload. It's not Tacoma, not Colorado. It's Ford Ranger, carrying the team to another win. The fans have spoken. Ford trucks have the highest owner loyalty in America. How does your truck match up? Lease Ranger for $229 per month or get 0 for 60 plus $1,500 plus $500 more toward accessories. Only at your San Diego County Ford dealers.
Insurance said they pay $75,000 for my motorcycle accident, but the Barnes firm got me $625,000.
What's your case really worth? Call us now and find out. The Barnes Firm, 1-800-8-million.
Closed caption sponsored by ASI, the White Glove Guys.
Plug toilet?
White Glove Guys to the rescue.
We check your plumbing problems for free.
The Boston Marathon is officially pushed back for 5 months because of the coronavirus. The marathon announcing today it will be postponed until September.
The Masters tournament is on hold in Augusta, Georgia. The remainder of the PGA calendar has been canceled. And the status of the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo is still up in the air. Organizers say the decision could come as late as May.
There are a lot of questions about coronavirus, like how is it spread and how can you protect your family? We're busting the biggest myths with reliable information. Join us for a special report. It's called Coronavirus Just the Facts. It's going to be tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. right here on ABC 10 News.
People coming down with symptoms try to get tested, but they're turned away. What the doctor told them.
Plus, we're getting answers about domestic air travel during this pandemic. Should you keep your plans or stay home?
Due to circumstances out of KGTV's control, the Legoland Spring 2020 Watch and Win Sweepstakes has been postponed. Previously announced prizes will be awarded, and the remainder of the prizes will be awarded when the sweepstakes resumes. The station will provide further notice on when the sweepstakes will resume. For more information, please visit 10news.com/contests. 10 News, your smart choice to stay connected. Breaking news, weather, and San Diego stories that matter. On air, online, on your phone, on smart TVs, and Alexa. Stay connected to 10 News.
Ciao! Mr. World here on the world's most stylish road trip. The views are superbo. Kind of like the designer styles at Eyeglass World, the world's best way to buy glasses. Eyeglass World has hundreds of designer styles for hundreds less. And their same-day service? Mwah! Bellissimo!
With stylish glasses and same-day service, Eyeglass World is the world's best way to buy glasses. Come get 2 pairs for $78.
I can't believe it. That child really was raised by wolves.
Which one's your mother?
Oh, that's her right there.
No. I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on my car insurance with Geico. It's really great.
Well, I'm just so glad to have met your beautiful family, and we better be sitting down now.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Megan, come in here, please.
Yes, what's going on?
We saw the video that you made at Kelly's house.
What? We were dancing. It was fun.
Kelly's family has cable internet.
The video was in SD.
Those upload speeds, it's not who you are.
The file was huge. It was taking forever.
That is not the internet that we raised you with.
Just okay is not okay. Switch to AT&T Fiber with 1 gig internet and get 20 times faster upload speeds than cable for $39.99 a month for a year. Limited availability may not be in your area. Call 1-877, only AT&T.
Listen to these real Solar for America customers.
Truth be told, I've been waiting to go solar for years. I'm just so glad I finally did it.
Now that we have solar, our last statement from our local utility was $1.02.
It's not only good for my roof, it's not only good for my electrical bill, but it's good for our country.
We're talking literally hundreds of dollars on my previous bills to our last bill, $10.
If you have to ask me what my electric bill is, it's $10 a month.
It's so nice to turn the lights on and know it's not costing me a dime.
We went with Solar for America for a prime reason that they are a long-term roofing company.
If you're going to have somebody up there on your roof drilling those holes, I want somebody who knows what they're doing.
My name is Kurt Glass.
My name is Bob McClendon.
My name is Brian Murphy.
My name is Carmen Trutanich. I am a Solar for America customer twice, and I do it a third time if I had a third location.
Call 888-587-5486. 888-587-5486. That's 888-587-5486.
This afternoon, President Trump said more coronavirus tests are on the way. 500,000 additional testing is expected to be available next week.
Despite those words, though, some San Diegans say they requested a test and were told no. Team 10 investigator Adam Cruzen is live in the newsroom for us. And Adam, they're telling you why they were turned away.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of frustration and confusion from a lot of people who are going to see their doctors on whether or not they have the coronavirus and whether or not they need these tests. So the people that I spoke with say that they have these symptoms. They looked online. It shows the symptoms could potentially be related to coronavirus. But when they go into their doctor, they're told for a variety of different reasons they won't be getting a test. Now, these people that I talked to say that they self-quarantined out of an abundance of caution, but want to know whether or not that's a necessary step. I spoke with one woman who didn't want to be identified, who said she's not sure if she has coronavirus, and if she does, if she's spread it, but was unable to get that test.
I think knowledge is power. I would like to know if I've had it. If I had it, I would like to know. I would like to know if I'm contagious. I would like to know if I've already had it. And if it's pervasive in my community, that's going to change my behavior.
And many of the local health providers I asked about testing directed us back to County of San Diego officials. A spokesman for the county tells me they have around 1,200 tests in their lab, although there's no word at this point if or when they could be getting more, but that could happen at any moment. No word on when that could happen. At this point, they've tested about 145 people. They don't know how many of these tests have gone to private labs. Of course, this morning, the president held a press conference where it was announced that 500,000 additional tests are expected to be available next week, and another additional 1.4 million tests available soon, with 5 million tests by the end of the month. So I don't want you to think that you can't get a test. At this point, you still need to contact your health provider and ask them what they think the best thing is. County officials don't want to make sure that you are getting the answers that you need, but at the same time aren't worried and say that they are following the guidelines, and many health providers are following the guidelines that are set out by the CDC and the California Department of Health. Reporting live in the Live Center, Adam Rakusin, 10 News.
Trying to get a lot of answers out today. Thank you, Adam. Right now, there is a lot of anxiety surrounding travel, and many people want to know, should they keep their travel plans and get on an airplane in the middle of this pandemic?
I want to know. I'm actually scheduled to fly not long from now. Joining us now is aviation expert Glenn Wynn. And before we get to that question, Glenn, let's start with what precautions are airlines taking to protect public safety?
Well, I think the first thing that we have to note is that we've seen the extra cleaning that's taken place on the aircraft, and of course the screening of the crew and so on is obvious that that's happening. And there's many other things, food service and things like that, which have been in existence all along. So now it's a matter of, do you want to fly or don't you want to fly? And I would allay that in two areas. If it's business, yes. If it's necessary, that is. And pleasure, you've got to make that decision yourself. If you're healthy and you have, reservations, I would go.
And Glenn, we have to ask you what precautions might really work. You understand airflow in an airplane. If people go in wearing a mask, is it really doing them any good on that flight?
It's a mixed bag. 60% of the air on the aircraft is filtered. The other percentage is coming in, from fresh air. It really comes down to somebody sitting next to you and if they're sick. I've had the experience when I've done my world travels and so on, and I always try and avoid somebody that's sneezing, coughing, etc.
Fascinating. Now, we know the County of San Diego has put a ban in effect on events larger than 250 people, and some airplanes, Glenn, carry 300 people plus. Do you foresee any more flight restrictions on domestic travel coming?
No, I don't see that at all, because the reservation systems in the airline business right now are faltering very quickly. I was on the line last night with a friend in another winter area for travel, and there were 4 empty planes sitting, would be sitting on the runway today. So absolutely no reservations for that airline for those flights.
And Glenn, if you had a son or a daughter with a planned domestic flight in the very near future, what advice would you give them?
If you have to travel, travel. But if it's not necessary, I would stay home.
In terms of the economic impact here, Glenn, I mean, this has got to really be shaking the industry. Could there be long-term effects on our airline companies?
Well, there could be, and you're seeing that already. One of the major carriers went in for a $2 billion loan or, standby for cash. The other one is cutting back 40% of his operations, another one 20%. But one thing we've got to remember is that commerce in this country, when it comes to mail, cargo, etc., depends on the airline business. You can move certain items like mail and cargo by vehicle, truck, or train, but they're already full. So now you've got to look at how do we get overnight mail, etc. Yes, you have several corporations in this country that specialize in that, but they are chock-a-block full on a daily routine. So therefore, U.S. Mail and some other cargo companies, they contract with airlines to move containers of mail and containers of freight on a daily basis. So the dilemma right now will be how do you consolidate that into one or two airplanes and move it smartly across the country? That's going to be a real dilemma to deal with.
Yeah, aviation expert Glenn Wynn, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Many people top of mind with their travel plans right now. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Angelica Campos is looking at our weekend, and boy, we just had so many days of rain. What's the weekend bringing?
Expect to see more, but there will be some breaks in between. Thankfully, the weekend will not be as bad, certainly not as bad as yesterday or even this morning. 63 degrees right now. Showers are tapering off, and as you can see, it is actually dry in downtown and also in Coronado. As we go hour by hour, temperatures will stay in the upper 50s, cloudy with some showers developing overnight and also continuing into early tomorrow morning. The cutoff will be most likely 9 a.m. and then becoming drier with a mix of clouds and sunshine through the afternoon. So if you have any plans for the afternoon, it does look much better, but the morning hours will still bring a chance for showers on Saturday. The breakdown is going to be spotty showers once again Saturday night into Sunday, and then we'll be getting ready for the next storm system, which is expected to arrive Monday night or early Tuesday morning. Nonetheless, Tuesday and Wednesday of next week bring the best chance for flash flooding. Snow levels will start at 6,000 feet with this next storm system and then dropping down to about 3,500. So it is possible that we could see snow in places like Julian, even all the way down to Descanso. We may see a touch of snow as well. As far as the next couple of days, improving conditions, then another storm on the way. For tomorrow, the best chance will be in the morning, but it will be great to see a little bit of sunshine by the afternoon.
It certainly will. Thank you. And just ahead, U-Haul offers to help college students who are told to move out of their campus dorms.
Plus, what nearly wiped out an entire flower field in Carlsbad could keep it in bloom longer.
My Shark Tank investments have done $1 billion.
$1 billion made. She's helped us explode. Countless lives changed.
I would like to take a flyer on you.
You should say yes right now.
All new Shark Tank tonight on ABC.
Fields of flowers pause on the sand. Sunsets, no filter needed. San Diego's best lived outside. Make the most of every day with San Diego's most accurate forecast. ABC 10 News, pinpoint weather.
Metastatic breast cancer is relentless. But I'm relentless too, because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopausal status. And it's the only one of its kind you can take every day.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is approved for women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer whose disease has progressed after hormonal treatment. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At first sign of diarrhea, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening inflammation of the lungs can occur. Talk to your doctor if you have new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include tiredness, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are pregnant or nursing.
Every day matters, and I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
So I'm going to hold on promoting you this quarter.
Drop the taco. Get in the car.
Does this Sentra feel like a compromise to you?
The handling, it's good, right? No compromise there.
Nope.
Watch this. Clear automatic braking. So if this Nissan Sentra isn't going to compromise, why should you?
The all-new Nissan Sentra with more standard safety features than any other car in its class. Get a low $149 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Sentra.
Do you hear water running at night? Have warm spots on your floor? Or just a little higher water bill than normal?
you can have a leak that is costing you money and wasting precious resources. Cable Pipe and Leak Detection has been in business since 1976 and can be at your house or place of business to accurately locate your leak. Our hardworking team is committed to providing the best possible service to customers like you. Call us at 1-800-450-LEAK or check us out at cpldetection.com. Cable Pipe and Leak Detection. Call the company your contractors trust.
10 News promises breaking news and overnight updates. But San Diegans need more than routine. A positive break, original reporting that informs and inspires. A little good in your morning. ABC 10 News. Stories that matter.
You might be asking if all of these cancellations and closures because of the coronavirus are really necessary.
And in the opinion that really counts the most, which is the people who know the most at the National Institutes of Health and at our CDC, this is absolutely not overkill.
A popular term right now that you may have been hearing is social distancing. While separating people so they don't get sick at the same time and then overwhelm the healthcare system. It could happen easily with COVID-19. There's no known vaccine or therapy, and it's likely at this point nobody has immunity. Well, intensive care units are near max capacity in northern Italy. Right now, they need more medical workers and equipment. Italy's foreign minister said 2 weeks after the first towns in northern Italy were put under lockdown, there were no new infections.
But before we started talking about this, we had 90,000 to 100,000 ICU beds in our country. That is a capacity that could be easily overwhelmed if 500,000 or so people need care, and that's a possibility.
Yeah, scary thought. Remote work and remote learning is likely going to be the new norm for the immediate future for many of us. The CDC says distance yourself and others if COVID-19 is spreading in your community. Virus is spreading mainly between people in close contact, about 6 feet, and through respiratory droplets when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Now, in an effort to limit most vulnerable people from being exposed, Walgreens and CVS are waiving delivery fees for prescriptions. Walgreens also allowing customers to buy select products at the drive-thru. For the next 90 days, CVS is offering $0 copay telemedicine visits for any reason. Now, what is it like to have coronavirus? We're actually hearing from a California man who has been quarantined for weeks with the virus. Amanda Brandeis has his story.
Goldman and his wife Jerry couldn't have written a more perfect script for the first 15 days of their Southeast Asia cruise. But the last day marked the beginning of an unpredictable story.
We were fortunate because we had a mini suite, so we had a balcony and could look out at the craziness out there, which was like a scene out of the movie The Andromeda Strain, with 60, 70, 80 ambulances at each time pulling up. The media was all around.
They were among thousands of passengers quarantined on the Diamond Princess cruise ship in Japan. One passenger tested positive for coronavirus, and hundreds more followed.
We made the best of it over the 12 days and decided to go public with it at the time and received, a tremendous response.
Eventually, a military plane evacuated passengers back to the United States. But on the flight, Carl woke up with a fever. He tested positive with the virus, and doctors sent him to a Nebraska hospital biocontainment unit that looked similar to this one.
No one entered my room without wearing a full hazmat suit. It was like Neil Armstrong landing on the moon with the air filters tied in behind them and duct tape so that nothing could leak out, 3 layers of gloves.
Now in another hospital room, Carl's on a regimen of ibuprofen and Gatorade. With his symptoms nearly gone, Carl now waits.
This is how they hand me my results on a Post-it note. So that was my last test there, and you can see the NP, meaning the nasal passages. Those were positive. The good news is my throat was negative.
I'm Amanda Brandeis reporting.
Amanda, thank you. And actor Tom Hanks and his wife are in good spirits while in isolation right now in Australia, recovering from coronavirus. They shared this picture and are reminding everyone to follow the advice of experts and take care of ourselves and each other. Well, we know the importance of washing our hands to stay healthy during this coronavirus outbreak, but Monday, we have an eye-opening demonstration that shows just how necessary it is. See what we found when we used a glow germ testing kit to see how quickly it can spread and just how many surfaces it is able to contaminate. All right, let's get back to the news feed here. Intermittent fasting, you hear a lot about it, a lot of the benefits when it comes to weight loss, but it may do more. A new study says it's linked to a lower risk of liver disease. Researchers say the diet plan changes proteins in the liver that can lead to health issues. The president of U.S. Soccer has resigned. Carlos Cordero faced backlash after arguments the Soccer Federation made in court in an equal pay case. Lawyers argued that female soccer players did not deserve equal pay because they were less skilled. Well, bears, they usually stay in hibernation longer, but new research says climate change, it's causing them to wake up about a month earlier. Experts now concerned, saying that that could lead to more confrontations with humans. Tens of thousands of rape kits across the country are waiting to be tested.
When I meet survivors whose kits haven't been processed, and you just see the pain that they're feeling, I mean, how can you let them down?
We're going to look into efforts to get answers for more of these survivors.
Also ahead, 50 acres of color celebrates springtime in Carlsbad.
So we planted it 5 days later, so it may mean that the color will be the best ever.
The delicate balance of air and water behind one of the most delicate sites in the world.
On the next Tamron Hall.
As fear about the coronavirus dominates the headlines, Tamron dives into the conversation you need to hear. The best ways to prepare your family without the panic.
An important conversation on the next Tamron Hall.
Weekdays at 2 on ABC 10.
There are a lot of questions about coronavirus with more cases in the U.S. We're busting the biggest myths with reliable information. Join us for a special report, Coronavirus, the Facts.
March 14th at 6:30 p.m. on ABC 10.
Get to the Ross Spring Dress Event, where the prices make all of the dresses yeses. Save 20 to 60% off department store prices on our best selection of spring dresses. Get your yes for less at the new store in Spring Valley.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Claire. She has AT&T DirecTV. I get tons of HD. Spectrum has tons of HD. On demand and the sports channels are included. Well, DirecTV Select doesn't include the sports channels. And we get exclusive access to original content with Spectrum Originals.
Oh, I don't get that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-955-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps. My starting speed is only 50 megabits. Spectrum is 4 times faster.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm in one contract for TV, second one for internet. It could cost hundreds to cancel. Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll help buy out yours. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-955-4499.
Finding the right real estate agent is all about experience and results. No flashy gimmicks, no nonsense, just the right agent who is consistent, authentic, and transparent. Greg Phillipson keeps it simple and gets the job done. With this philosophy, Greg has sold over 1,600 San Diego properties and counting. Consistently ranked in the top 1%, Greg will sell your home for top dollar. Let Greg help you sell your home. Call or text him today at 619-507-3166.
I'm Steve Barnes. People ask me all the time what their accident case is worth.
I asked. The Barnes firm got me $500,000.
Their case is often worth a lot more than the insurance company says.
The Barnes firm got me $1 million more.
That's why it's important to call, to find out what your case is really worth.
Mine was worth $900,000.
Injured? Call the Barnes firm now. 1-800-8-million. Babe?
What? No.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. See? Yes. That's the sound of saving 20 to 60% off department store prices at Ross. Yes, for less.
Angelica Campos is looking at our 7-day forecast. A lot of people looking forward to the weekend.
Yes, indeed. And I'm guessing most people are looking forward to some dry breaks and perhaps better weather, but the chance of rain will continue. And looking at our storm totals just for the last 48 hours, almost 2 inches in Borrego Springs, over 2 inches in Escondido. Encinitas is approaching that 2-inch mark. Flash flooding, definitely a problem in the North County. Vista, 1.87. Palmer Mountain, almost 3 inches of rain. But San Diego and at the airport, only a ½ inch of rainfall. So very different story for downtown. And it's actually looking a little cloudy out there, but dry at this hour with 63 degrees. Over the next 7 days, we are expecting another storm. It'll be arriving Monday night into Tuesday. The next best chance for heavy rain, flash flooding, and much colder temperatures will be on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Next Thursday and Friday, we could still have some lingering showers, but let's kind of go back to this weekend. Saturday and Sunday, the best chance will be overnight into early morning through at least 8:30. By 9 o'clock, it'll start to dry out. We'll see a repeat of those showers also Saturday night into Sunday morning. The rest of the day could actually bring a little bit of sunshine, but expect to see plenty of clouds lingering. So our chance for wet weather continues, and the next storm system is going to bring us back to winter.
Let's start the news feed. Today marks a year since the shooting in New Zealand that killed 51 people, a gunman opening fire at 2 mosques. Today, the New Zealand Prime Minister saying the country fundamentally changed since the attack, with several gun control laws that were put into place. Federal authorities are building a criminal case against a former Boeing pilot. They say he failed to give regulators information about the 737 MAX's flight control system. The plane is still grounded after those 2 deadly crashes. The Pentagon's reconsidering a contract that it gave to Microsoft. Amazon says that the bidding process was unfair because the president doesn't like the company's founder, Jeff Bezos. The contract is to run a multi-billion-dollar cloud computing program. Local governments are getting money to eliminate a backlog of untested rape kits. Alicia Nieves found that this is expected to help more than 100,000 cases.
Roughly every 90 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted.
I turned around and saw that there was a man behind me, and he was holding a gun to me, and he said, "This is loaded. Do as I say, or I'm going to blow your brains out."
On August 6, 1993, Natasha Alexenko became one of the estimated 600 people around the country who experienced a sexual assault that day.
I just couldn't believe I was still alive.
Despite the unimaginable trauma, she found the strength to go to a hospital and have a rape kit done.
You're poked and prodded, evidence is collected from your body after you've just experienced something so horrific.
She found comfort in the belief that her kit would be tested immediately. However, that didn't happen in her case.
I had no idea my rape kit wasn't tested. I had no idea until I got a call 9.5 years later.
After the kit was tested, her attacker was found, but the delay in justice prompted her to look into how common this experience is for other rape victims.
What I found was gut-wrenching.
There are more than 100,000 rape kits sitting in police evidence rooms in America, unopened and untested. That number doesn't include a dozen states that do not report the status of their rape kits.
There is no other type of forensic evidence in a criminal case that remains untested. It just doesn't happen.
Karen Friedman Agnifilo is the Chief Assistant District Attorney in Manhattan. Cyrus Vance is the DA.
There's no excuse not to test rape kits.
Their office apologized to Natasha Alexenko for the delay in her kit being tested, but went beyond that and made a commitment to never have a backlog again. The Office of Chief Medical Examiner began testing rape kits every day and still does. New York City has now become the leader in the national movement known as End the Backlog.
It is about treating women as equals in the eyes of the law, and if you're not testing rape kits, then we are failing women.
New York City was able to end its backlog in 2003, but has gone on to provide funding for more than a dozen other states to help with the backlog there. More than 50,000 kids have been tested in the last 5 years, leading to hundreds of arrests.
Hopefully one day we'll just look back at this as a shameful part of our past and we will say never again. But it really has to be a national legislative mandate.
So far, a federal mandate like that doesn't exist.
When I meet survivors whose kits haven't been processed and you just see the pain that they're feeling, I mean, how can you let them down?
I'm Alicia Nieves.
U-Haul is offering free storage to college students who were affected by the shutdown of college campuses to try to slow the spread of coronavirus. Now, the company typically offers 30 days of free self-storage in communities impacted by a natural disaster, but this is the first time U-Haul has extended this offer nationwide. USD has told students they need to move out of the dorms by next Saturday. Now, from businesses to schools to travel, we know the impact of coronavirus on our county and country is extensive, and there may be some unexpected impacts we haven't talked about yet. We want to give you a way to reach out. Let us know if and how the pandemic and the reaction to it is affecting your daily life. Send us a message to tips@10news.com and we can help tell your story.
Spring is coming to life as the flower fields open in Carlsbad, but many visitors don't know the high-tech precision it takes to create this beautiful view.
Angelica Campos got to tour the fields. Angelica, they've been in business a long time, and it is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous indeed, and the colors are just getting started. The flower fields have been around for 50 years. The flower fields are owned and operated by the Akey family. The on-site grower and floral sales is handled by Milano and Company. They share their passion and beauty and expertise in the flower business with a combined experience of 100 years.
The flower fields are known all over the world. With hundreds of ranunculus, there is no other place like it.
People who come to the flower fields come here for a lot of reasons, and one of them is to get their picture taken.
50 acres of delicate ranunculus bring spring to life in Carlsbad. Each flower starts as a tiny paper-thin seed, smaller than an oat flake.
We can see how light they are. They want to blow away in the wind. That's a big challenge for us. So what we do is we imbibe them with water about 2 weeks prior to planting. Then we stick them in a cooler for those 2 weeks process. That's what we call vernalization. That allows them to be tricked into thinking they had a winter.
Once the seed is in the ground, getting the flowers to bloom just right requires time, technology, and the right climate.
We're looking at about 3 weeks of growth. So these little plants here with just their very first true leaf, this planting was done about 4 weeks earlier than the one we saw down there. We are 4 weeks older in plants. So you can just see the plants are starting to change to their flowering morph.
About 20 years ago, we switched to at that time, a new technology, drip irrigation. And the drip irrigation works by precisely placing water right where the seed is.
Ranunculus usually thrive in our San Diego climate.
We've got some great climatic conditions. We get the morning fogs, we get some really temperate climates, you know. So during our germination time of the year, we've got some great weather to do that.
Too much heat and too much water can be costly.
What we really want is to have cloudy morning and a little drizzle every morning. That would be perfect.
But we know the weather is not always perfect. This year, our early season rain washed away an entire field. They were forced to replant it.
Because it was our last planting that was disturbed, so we planted it 5 days later. So it may mean that the color will be the best ever.
The flower fields will be open through Mother's Day weekend. Depending on that last crop, they could stay open for another week. As soon as the season to the public ends, the new season begins, getting the fields ready for 2021.
I bet the flowers really love the weather that we've been getting this week. A lot of moisture for them.
Well, the challenge was actually early in the season with heavy rain November and December washing the entire crop in one area. But the reason why they plant, and you saw the progression, is so that you can have colors lasting through the spring. And with that planting being last and a little bit later, that means it could actually extend our spring with more flowers, a little bit longer, and hopefully better weather by then as well.
You could just see the passion in those growers. That had to be fun for you because it's such a blend of science and art.
Yes, actually the production manager is an engineer. We talked about STEM, and of course there's a lot of science, making sure the water, the right amount, the elevation grade of which they plant, and the way they do things. There's just so much mathematical, in-depth information that needs to be done, and they do it just right.
It's a mastery, and it's gorgeous. Thank you. Beautiful story. Our goal of taking you inside the communities that make San Diego County so unique doesn't end there. Our next stop is Escondido. We want to hear from you. Send us your story ideas and share what makes Escondido unique. Just email us at tips@10news.com. Thank you for watching 10 News at 4.
10 News at 5 starts right now.
Live from the Scripps Studios, this is 10 News.
Districts across San Diego County are closing schools to prevent the potential spread of the coronavirus. Good evening, I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Derek Stahl. Steve and Lindsay have the night off. That is just one of the major developments as this story continues to evolve at this hour. Here are the latest numbers. 9 people in the county have now tested positive for COVID-19, which includes some people in ICE and Border Patrol custody. More than 5,400 deaths have been reported worldwide. 48 of those deaths are in the U.S. Globally, there have now been more than 145,000 cases.
And just this afternoon, President Trump announced he's declaring a national emergency to deal with the coronavirus.
As ABC's Alex Parche explains, this comes as House Democrats and the White House reach a deal on an aid package.
Amid criticism from the nation's leading health experts and public fallout over testing, President Trump declaring a national emergency over the COVID-19 outbreak.
The action I am taking will open up access to up to $50 billion of very important and a large amount of money for states and territories and localities in our shared fight against this disease.
As Speaker Nancy Pelosi works on a deal with the White House, she announced that the House will be voting on an aid package today, a bill that includes paid sick leave, food assistance, and free COVID-19 testing to both those insured and uninsured.
We can only defeat this outbreak if we have an accurate determination of its scale and scope, so that we can pursue the precise science-based response that is necessary.
Access to COVID-19 testing is also a contentious issue. The president insisting the availability of test kits is going according to plan, but top health officials disagree. President Trump has still not been tested despite close contact with the communications director for Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro at Mar-a-Lago, who later tested positive for the virus. There are reports that Brazil's president is also infected, claims he's denied on his Facebook page. A top health official on GMA questioned about whether it's appropriate to get tested.
If you came into contact with someone who tested positive, would you yourself get tested?
Well, it would be the circumstances. Likely I would, but, I'm not sure. It depends on the circumstances. But I think we should follow the guidelines of the CDC.
Alex Parche, ABC News, Washington.
Now, Wall Street stocks rallied today, rebounding from their worst day in more than 30 years. The Dow Jones went up nearly 2,000 points to close at 23,185. The Nasdaq rose 673 points, and the S&P gained 230 points. Schools across San Diego County are closing because of coronavirus. We've got a complete list scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
San Diego Unified, which is the biggest district, will be closed until at least April 6th. 10 News reporter Anthony Pura is joining us with those details. Anthony?
And this closure really is unprecedented when you think about the number of schools involved and the length of time involved. Now, school administrators want to make it clear that they did not have any cases of COVID-19 in their students, that this closure was entirely precautionary. They made this announcement earlier today in a news conference to explain that this was a very difficult decision. Now, they made this decision along with the Los Angeles Unified School District, together impacting 750,000 students in Southern California. This will take effect on Monday, and the closure is going to last 3 weeks until April 6th. That's for most schools. And that third week for most schools falls on spring break. For year-round schools, however, that have 3 weeks of spring break, it becomes essentially 5 weeks off. But it is 2 weeks of instruction lost in both cases. Now, the superintendent says they want learning to continue during this time off. They're having students take materials home from school, not necessarily graded materials, but educational material that should promote learning. The superintendent made it clear that these learning activities will not need online access that some children may not readily have. In addition, the district's official pediatrician urged parents to help engage kids to ensure good emotional and physical health.
I think having children have purposeful things to do, whether it's work that they're getting from the San Diego Unified School District website, or projects that you can give them. Younger children will need distractions more frequently than older children. Finding things to build or draw or projects that you can get from the internet is very important for emotional health.
And the school district understands that this closure could impact a lot of families that would need child care. They're working with those families and they're hoping to roll out a plan, and hopefully we can get some of those details in the next few days. We're reporting live, Anthony Pura, 10 News.
Thank you, Anthony. With the school district closing, that means tens of thousands of parents will have to find alternate care for their children.
10 News reporter Rachel Bianco is joining us now with the impact, the big impact on families. Rachel?
Hi, Derek and Kimberly. Patrick Henry High School has emptied out for the day and for the next 3 weeks, and those impacts are far-reaching, from parents who are now scrambling for childcare to other families who worry about their children missing meals. Natasha Rizovano is hoping to entertain her boys in the backyard for the next few weeks. She's fortunate she's a stay-at-home mom.
We knew it was coming, and so it was just a matter of time.
That's the situation for Nancy Matson. She'll be taking care of her young grandson, but at 70 years old, that's a concern too.
And the kids are afraid. He said, you know, Nana, are you going to be okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. And he said, yeah, but you're old. So he said, oh, they've been teaching them at school.
San Diego Unified is home to roughly 135,000 students and around 6,000 teachers. It is the second largest district in the state. Starting Monday, all non-essential employees will work from home and the schools will be sanitized. District leaders stress the shutdown is not because any student or staff tested positive for the novel coronavirus. They just want to stop the potential for community spread.
It's hard to distinguish the hype from reality. And so I guess we just have to take these precautions in case.
More than 60% of the students rely on their school for breakfast and lunch. The district says starting Monday, those meals will be available at 8 school sites.
Hopefully this doesn't last very long and they can get back to doing what they need to do.
Now here's a look at the school sites where those meals will be provided. Again, that will start on Monday. It's from 11 to 1. It's breakfast and lunch for the next day. And again, families will pick up the meals and then take them home. Reporting live in San Carlos, Rachel Bianco, 10 News.
Well, shoppers are continuing to rush stores like Costco to stock up on staple products like toilet paper and water. This was the scene earlier today at Costco.
And 10 News reporter John Horn is joining us where there's been a steady stream of customers waiting in line to get in throughout the day. John?
It has been a very interesting afternoon. We're now at the Costco on Market Street. An hour ago, we were at the one in Santee, where, as you saw from that video, there were some really long lines that went down halfway down the building. Things have changed a little bit in the last hour. Now it's starting to look more like a normal day at Costco, with the exception of people sanitizing carts as people walk into the front door. Now, I spoke to a lot of people today. Good spirits, mostly. People coming for different reasons. One man came just to pick up pies for his daughter's wedding. Another came because he had to do his regular grocery shopping and expressed a lot of frustration. Others expressing legitimate concern for not just the virus, but running out of supplies. And that's what brought them here. I spoke to one woman who had that very concern. Here's what she had to say.
To get prepared, you know, if God wants to take us, that's the matter we prepare now. They're going to take us, but I have grandkids. My daughter works, and I want to make sure, because us, like an adult, we can survive, we can take, like a, you know, how to handle, but the baby, they don't know. And I have an 8 and 2.
And one of the things we learned as the day progressed is that not only did Costco run out of toilet paper, at least the one in Santee did, customers also expressed some frustration, at least in Santee, that they were out of bottled water. And it seemed those were two of the big things that were bringing them to the store. So that may have contributed to the lines dying down. But again, now it just looks like a busy Friday night at a Costco in San Diego. On Market Street, I'm live, John Horn, 10 News.
Right, wash your hands, John. Thank you. With so many people rushing to the store, safety becomes a serious issue.
Joining us now on the phone right now is retired San Diego Police SWAT Commander Ray Shea. So we just came out of that story about Costco and the long lines, and we got to ask about safety. Are officers prepared to handle large crowd situations at stores like that?
Well, I think the San Diego Police Department is well prepared for a variety of situations that if those things do come to pass, because there's significant training that they do, and they're well prepared, and with cooperation of the Sheriff's Department and CHP and different local agencies. I mean, our cops are bright people, and they have real strong leadership under Chief Neslight, and very confident that they can handle the situations that develop.
Ray, in a situation like this, what are the lines of communication to San Diego PD? I'm talking about like through city office, with the mayor's office, with Health and Human Services. What are the lines of communication so they can make those decisions?
Well, I can say that there's very clear communication between the San Diego Police Department, the different local, state, and federal agencies, and they communicate very well. And the city departments are well prepared for these types of situations, and it should give people confidence, because I see a lot of nervousness. A lot of people seem to be scared out there. In reality, it's really problems that they're facing one by one, and you can trust the police department and the law enforcement to keep the peace and make sure that we get through this.
You talked about training. We know firefighters and other departments around the state have had to be quarantined after coming into contact with potentially infected people. What do police officers do when they're going into an uncertain situation?
Well, police officers are used to dealing with uncertain situations. They've handled it, and they continue to handle those with a lot of professionalism and ability to handle it. And I know that they're getting direction from the police department. I think Chief Neslight would be a good person to present their plan. And I think the Sheriff's Department under Sheriff Gore. And you have these law enforcement agencies have dealt with challenging situations year by year. I mean, back in '92 was the last time that we had civil disruption, and that was mostly in LA. But we've learned so much from this, from mobile field force to tactical teams. There's a lot of ways to so people feel confident in our department.
All right. Ray Shea, retired SWAT commander with San Diego PD. Thank you for joining us today.
The San Diego... Oh, thank you, Ray. The San Diego Catholic Diocese is suspending Mass and school starting Monday. They say all Catholics are waived from the obligation to attend Sunday Mass during the coming weeks. The diocese will be live streaming Sunday Mass in English, Spanish, and Vietnamese. They are also keeping churches open for parishioners who wish to pray or seek spiritual guidance. Schools under the diocese will close and reopen under the guidance of local health officials. Well, right now, a lot of San Diegans are being told they can't get tested for coronavirus. That's because of a shortage of test kits.
Coming up, the growing frustration people are facing.
And on and off showers before the next storm arrives. I'll pinpoint how much rain we're expecting. We're back in 90 seconds.
Nominate a leader for the ABC 10 News Leadership Award on 10news.com.
Southern California, you asked and we listened. Announcing Jerome's Urban Outlet. Finally a place to get eclectic, unique, on-trend furniture.
But you don't have to pay a fortune. It's all at Jerry's everyday low price.
Inside every Jerome's.
You may not know this, but when you bank with Mission Fed, you help make San Diego a better community. And you may not know that we put money back into the community to help in all kinds of good ways. You may not know that you're helping do so much good just by banking here. So we just wanted to say thanks for all you're doing, even if you've been doing it without realizing what you were doing all along.
Fixed it. Wow, Ken. New record.
Bill, I enhanced the Save the Day glove with a Hyper Accelerator chip.
Hyper what?
Ooh, clogged drain. Gotta go.
Call ASI. We check your plumbing problems for free.
You might like that Atkins frozen meals help you cut your carbs while enjoying the foods you love. But what you'll probably like best is that they taste every bit as good as they look. This is today's Atkins.
Wow, pretty realistic, huh?
Dad?
Hey, Jim, the new Jerome's app is pretty cool, isn't it? You can see exactly how furniture looks in your room and buy it right from the app.
Download the Jerome's app today.
We're back, and with a limited number of coronavirus test kits available, who gets priority? 10 News reporter Rena Nakano sat down with a doctor to ask some questions that came from you, our 10 News viewers. And Rena, what is the specific criteria here?
Yeah, Derek, a lot of people have been asking us on our website and our Facebook, but with only 1,200 testing kits available here in San Diego County, you know, not everybody could just walk into the San Diego County Health Department and just get that test. So here is the criteria. First, you have to know the symptoms of the coronavirus. The CDC says they include fever, cough, and most importantly, shortness of breath. Doctors say that is what makes the difference of coronavirus symptoms with the common cold or the flu. Now, if you have all of those symptoms, tell your healthcare provider if you have any pre-existing conditions that makes you an immune-compromised patient. If you are or have recently traveled to an infected area of the world, your tests will become prioritized.
The people that need to be tested are people that have fever, coughing, shortness of breath, and if they've had contact with someone who's either suspected to have coronavirus, that person is confirmed to have coronavirus, or if they've traveled somewhere with spread of the disease in the past 14 days.
Now, if you have a cough, fever, and shortness of breath, but are in good general health, doctors may tell you that you're not a good candidate for testing right at this moment, but do not get upset. Dr. Olalade says most people who are infected recover by self-isolating if you are healthy. But of course, the best way to avoid all of this is to practice that good hygiene. We may sound like a broken record, but please wash your hands for 20 seconds or more with soap and water. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Rena Nakano, 10 News.
And keep your distance, they say 6 feet. Thousands of San Diegans are desperate to be tested for coronavirus, but many people are being told no. 10 News reporter Adam Rakusin is in the live center now with this growing frustration. Adam.
Yeah, Kim, they're writing us and calling us, telling us that they feel like they have the symptoms of coronavirus, but when they go to their doctor, they're told, no, sorry, we're not going to give you that test, or you don't meet that criteria. So most health providers that we talked to about this directed us back to the county of San Diego, saying not everyone needs the test. The county has 1,200 tests in their lab. There's no word if they're getting more, but that can happen at any moment. They've tested about 145 people. I spoke to a woman by the name of Sky Moreland through FaceTime. She believes she may have been exposed to coronavirus. Sky says she was told she would not be tested. She is self-quarantined, but tells me she's feeling a bit better, but's frustrated because she's concerned that this is spreading and can't do anything to help.
It's very concerning because I've been in contact with probably over 200 people in the time that through different organizations and that sort of thing that I've been involved with, like just closely walking by and that sort of thing. And right now, I can't call these organizations or these people and tell them I have coronavirus or not. All I can say is I am sick, and you know, maybe you'll be sick too, and that doesn't really mean much.
And this afternoon, the President of the United States announced more tests are on the way, potentially 500,000 by next week. The President also announced partnerships with private companies like Walmart, who'll be donating parking lots for drive-through testing. What's interesting is even with the new test on the way, health officials still say that testing, not everyone who's sick needs a test. By next week, there should be a website that's set up. Google's working on this. We're going to be able to go put in your symptoms and then figure out whether or not you're one of those people who needs to go get a test. Reporting live in the Live Center, Adam Rakusin, 10 News.
Adam, thanks for that. And we have just learned that the San Diego Zoo and Safari Park is now closing because of the coronavirus. The park will close on Monday, the 16th, through the end of the month. And SeaWorld announced it, too, will be closing beginning Monday, same day, March 16th. Animal rescue operations, though, will continue to operate. SeaWorld says it'll be coordinating with public health officials, and it will look forward to reopening when it can.
This 10 News Pinpoint Weather Report is sponsored by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Nobody wows clients like we do.
A good number of people are kind of making plans just to hang out this weekend, not necessarily attend anything.
And it's the right weather for it too, right, Angelica?
That's right. We're going to see some rain. We're going to see some breaks. The weekend will not be a washout. So if you're hoping to let the kids play in the backyard, we may actually have some breaks, long enough to let that backyard dry a little bit. In Borrego Springs, we picked up almost 2 inches of rainfall, and that is the storm total for the last 2 days, averaging close to 3 inches in our mountains and Palomar Mountain, but San Diego stayed at ½ an inch of rainfall. Our latest storm system is now moving across the Four Corners. Behind it, there's still some isolated thunderstorms in Arizona, and the main flow is keeping moisture in place here in San Diego. So we have been watching and monitoring closely a couple of those showers right along the coastline. You can see it just moving out of OB, PB, and then stretching right along the 5. So for anyone traveling, most likely that is making things very wet right now. As we move into the North County, you see those showers also along the 70, 76, and then over towards Oceanside, a few showers on the way. Expecting to see more of this on and off showers as we continue, and the timing will be closer to Hillcrest right around 5:30. So give it another 10-15 minutes before it gets there. The breakdown, we're going to see on and off showers this weekend, the best chance tomorrow morning, and then early Sunday morning. It'll dry out a little bit on Monday before the next storm gets here Monday night. It's going to be a completely different setup with colder temperatures and rain potentially lasting through the rest of next week. Right now in downtown San Diego, 63 degrees. The wind's coming out of the south-southwest. Expecting those showers to redevelop downtown. We've seen a few already, and that chance continues through at least 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. For all of San Diego, the best chance will be in the morning, then it becomes lighter in the afternoon with some dry breaks. Also expecting Sunday to be much drier. So the breakdown, showers on and off, expecting it to continue through early Sunday. Next storm will be here Monday night. Heaviest rain for next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, and it'll be colder with temperatures dropping into the 50s even near the coast with periods of heavy rain on Tuesday and Wednesday. Expecting those showers to continue through another week, that chance lasting through Friday. And in the mountains, snow levels will start at 6,000 feet, but they could potentially drop to 3,500. This is going to be almost like a flashback of Christmas with rain, snow, and wind for next week.
Okay, but with no presents.
But enjoy the week, I guess, yeah. No presents. Oh, what a bummer.
All right, thank you.
And now let's check in with Time Saver Traffic with Officer Jim Betancourt. How's it look out there, Jim?
Well, I have to tell you, in my 20 years on this job, this has been the last 2 days of really the weirdest traffic patterns we've ever seen in San Diego County, because there's almost no commute this evening. For those of you that are going to be traveling on the 5 at the 56, you can see how light traffic is through this area all the way up to the North County. We don't have any problems. The 15 is going to be free and clear, and that 78 is up to freeway speeds. I'm Officer Jim Betancourt with your 10 News Time Saver Traffic.
All right, we'll take that. You're pointing out
I think a lot of people are working at home, because of the policies from companies. So.
And the World Health Organization just declared a new epicenter of the outbreak.
Coming up, how Europe is dealing with a sharp rise in coronavirus cases and deaths.
Skycam View brought to you by attorney King Amanpour, your local car accident attorney.
So I'm going to hold on promoting you this quarter.
Drop the taco. Get in the car. Does this Sentra feel like a compromise to you? The handling, it's good, right? No compromise there. Nope. Watch this.
Breathe.
Clear automatic braking.
So if this Nissan Sentra isn't going to compromise, why should you?
The all-new Nissan Sentra with more standard safety features than any other car in its class. Get a low $149 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Sentra.
Okay, so maybe we're new to home improvement, but we're determined. We got an insider tip on the ultimate flooring destination. Whoa, Floor & Decor is amazing. Look at us. We're shopping alongside real-life designers and contractors. I love this tile. And this one. And these prices? Look at this. Durable and water-resistant. We should do the kitchen next. Oh yeah, we found where the pros go. Now we're unstoppable.
Explore Floor & Decor in person or online at flooranddecor.com.
So I'm going to hold on promoting you this quarter.
Drop the taco. Get in the car. Does this Sentra feel like a compromise to you? The handling, it's good, right? No compromise there.
Nope.
Watch this.
Breathe.
Clear automatic braking.
So if this Nissan Sentra isn't going to compromise, why Why should you?
The all-new Nissan Sentra with more standard safety features than any other car in its class. Get a low $149 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Sentra.
Wet floor? Soggy mess? Call Bill Howe Plumbing. We're the slab leak experts. If you have water or warm spots on your floor or really high water bills, you could have a slab leak. Call Bill Howe to precisely locate and fix it. Our flood service division can repair any water damage and restore your home. For the great service and pricing you have come to expect, you know who to call.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. Because we know how.
Chris, cold.
The Discovery with remote intelligent seat fold. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Maddie, finally. It was locked.
I got it.
The Only Adventure sales event is happening now. Land Rover, above and beyond.
The World Health Organization just declared a new epicenter of the outbreak.
ABC's Marcy Gonzalez is following the latest on the global impacts.
With the number of cases surging, the World Health Organization now declaring Europe the epicenter of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Any country that looks at the experience of other countries with large epidemics and thinks that won't happen to us is making a deadly mistake. It can happen to any country.
In hard-hit Italy, 250 more deaths reported in just 24 hours. The country of 60 million people on lockdown, hospitals overwhelmed. A nurse posting this image of the mask indentations on her face after endless hours treating coronavirus patients.
I think this is a very severe and sad problem for all humanity.
In France, the Eiffel Tower and Louvre now closed indefinitely. President Emmanuel Macron calling the outbreak the most serious health crisis in a century. And Britain's Prime Minister sharing this stark warning.
Many more families are going to lose loved ones before their time.
President Trump's new travel restrictions from Europe going into effect today. And while Americans and green card holders are still allowed to return to the U.S., some are finding overwhelming ticket prices. This family paying nearly $8,000 for 3 one-way flights from Paris to New York.
I feel like they were putting a price tag on people's safety.
Customs planning to screen Americans arriving from countries considered hotspots, something travelers, including our own Martha Raditz's son, say they haven't seen in the past few days.
We were not tested, did not see anybody else being tested. We were asked if we had flu-like symptoms, but that was it.
With the exception of London, Delta Airlines now eliminating flights to Europe for the next 30 days. The State Department urging Americans to reconsider all travel abroad.
And the Olympic flame is heading back to Tokyo after the Greek leg of the torch relay was canceled because of the outbreak. But organizers insist the Tokyo Olympic Games in July will still go on as planned. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Still so many questions about the coronavirus, like exactly how is it spread and what are the best ways to protect your family. We're busting the biggest myths with reliable information. Join us for a special report. It's called Coronavirus Just the Facts, tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. right here on ABC 10 News. Well, with local schools closing, thousands of families are wondering if there is help available from the government.
Well, there's some things we have to change, and this has really shined a light on that.
We take a look at what options people might have.
Some people are worried they may have to miss work. What the state is doing to make sure they don't miss a paycheck.
70s and sunny to rainy days and Santa Ana winds. Stay ahead of seasonal changes with 10 News Pinpoint meteorologists Megan Perry and Angelica Campos covering you morning to night. 10 News Pinpoint weather, San Diego's most accurate forecast.
Sponsored by West Coast Recovery Centers, an outpatient treatment center serving our community.
The easiest, most affordable way to update your shower or your bath. Hi everybody, Royd McCargus here with Cole McCamey of Dreamstyle Remodeling. Cole, today we're going to focus on Dreamstyle's unique approach to bath remodeling.
That's right, Royd. At this point, we've helped tens of thousands of homeowners get the bath of their dreams by making it fast, easy and convenient, but most importantly, affordable for every budget.
And we know that DreamStyle does make it faster, more convenient, and hassle-free for the customer. But I want to hear today how you're making it more affordable for everyone.
That's right. Instead of me telling you, let me show you. So here's a local project we did for a local homeowner. And they didn't need that old tub anymore, and they wanted to transform it into something that looks like that. Now, as you can see, we did this whole thing in just one day. We took the tub out, put the shower base in, new walls, new fixtures, and we're able to do this for only $99 a month.
You did that project in one day for $99 a month.
That's right. Let me show you another one. Here's one where the tub was really starting to show its age. You see a lot of marks, you see a lot of stains, and we're able to transform that into this modern oasis. And again, just for $99 a month.
And that's a complete replacement. That's not a cover or a shell or a liner, right?
That's right. We don't really think that the liner approach is the right way. It's more of like a Band-Aid. It's kind of like putting clean clothes on a dirty body. We want to give you a complete full replacement at the same price of a liner.
Wow, Cole, thanks so much. Folks, DreamStyle Remodeling, not just faster, more convenient, or hassle-free for the customer, more affordable for every budget. Call today to take advantage of this offer. 20% off all tubs and showers, 20% off your installation, and no money down to start your project. Plus, 2 great financing options. No payments, no interest for 1 full year, or payments as low as $99 a month. Call DreamStyle Remodeling today.
Live from the Script Studios, this is 10 News.
School districts across the county are closing, including the Sweetwater Union High School District in the South Bay.
10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is live with reaction there. Mimi?
And Kimberly, Derek, the students that we spoke to said that the announcement didn't really come as a surprise to them. They say that on campus it's felt like a different vibe ever since these coronavirus concerns started growing, and they say they have been taking extra precautions.
Washing my hands, taking showers, sanitizing.
A lot of hand sanitizer. They've been giving me a lot of hand sanitizer every day. A lot of people were just like, they were secretly like not touching anybody, trying to stay away from people.
And both teens are students at Chula Vista High School. They were already set to be off school for spring break, but an extra week was tacked on by the district as a precaution because of the coronavirus concerns. So the school will be closed from Monday, March 16th to April 6th. The Sweetwater Union High School District has about 38,000 students and about 4,500 staff members. District officials tell me teachers were not required to create any additional online lesson plans for students while the school is closed. I'm also told the school has been cleaned and sanitized daily since the coronavirus concerns started rising. Now, next week, the district is offering free meals to its students at 16 different schools. Some of those schools include Chula Vista High and Middle School, San Ysidro High, and Hilltop Middle and High Schools as well. The meals will be ready for students to pick up outside from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., but I spoke with a cafeteria employee with the district. She wanted to remain anonymous, but says she's concerned about coming into work at this time.
They're closing down the schools because of the risk of the coronavirus, and as school cafeteria employees, we still have to come. What about our health, Like, do we not count?
And district officials do tell me that any of those workers that do have to come in and start showing symptoms are told to stay home. They also are told that they were told to take proper safety measures here at the schools in the Sweetwater Union High School District. We're live in Chula Vista. Mimi Alcala, 10 News.
Thank you, Mimi. With schools closing, many people have been asking if they can use state programs such as paid family leave to stay home and care for their children.
10 News reporter Jeff Lasky is live for us in the newsroom. And Jeff, you spoke with one of our state lawmakers to get that question answered.
Yeah, and so many of those natural questions. As a parent myself, I started wondering if I have to stay home with my child. Do I use PTO time? Can I use paid family leave? We've been hearing that from a lot of parents today. Now, Assemblymember Lorena Gonzalez is the lawmaker who actually wrote California's sick leave bill. I spoke with her this afternoon on our 10 News Facebook Live to try to get some answers to those questions. If you're a parent and you suddenly have a million questions, what are some of the things that you would suggest to look into?
So first of all, unfortunately, we don't have the best solution. So I want people to kind of take a deep breath and think about community solutions, if you will. Can you get help around with your family, friends? Because we really are in a critical situation. If you're caring for somebody long-term who is ill, for example, with the coronavirus, you likely qualified for paid family leave. That is 60% of your salary, so it's not your full salary, but you can apply through the state if you have that benefit, if you're an employee.
I know a lot of parents have questions now about, what if I'm not sick, my child's not sick, but because of the virus, I still have to stay home with them with school closed. Is that something that is available for them?
Paid family leave is not available to care for a child that is not sick. The child actually has to be sick. There are requirements that or it could be actually a parent as well. So there are a number of things that you can utilize it for.
Who can people go to with questions?
Absolutely, your state office, your state representatives should be able to answer these questions and help get you in place with EDD if you can't get through. Help to kind of bridge that gap.
And we hit a lot more questions as well. You can watch that entire interview on 10news.com. Now, a spokesperson for EDD did tell me that some people who have to stay home with their child might be able to qualify for unemployment. They're recommending, even if you're not sure, go ahead and fill out the application online. EDD will look to see if you qualify. At the very worst, they're just going to say that you don't, so it doesn't hurt to put in that application. Live in the newsroom, Jeff Lasky, 10 News.
Interesting. Give it a shot if you need it. Thanks, Jeff. Well, as the coronavirus begins to impact workers, the state wants you to know you're covered. The California Employment Development website offers several programs to cover people who are forced to miss work. For example, disability insurance covers people who have to quarantine or wind up contracting the virus. Unemployment covers those who lose their jobs or see their hours cut.
If an eligible employee is looking at this chart and wondering, am I eligible for this? And they have a sense that they are, but they are not sure, we do encourage folks to go ahead and file the claim and let the Employment Development Department decide that.
Yeah, and that's what Jeff Lasky was saying. Now, there are limits for how much you can get and for how long the benefits will last.
President Trump now says he will most likely be tested for the coronavirus, but says he has no symptoms. As ABC's Karen Travers explains, his comments are a turnaround from a few days ago.
President Trump has insisted for days he does not need to be tested for COVID-19, but that's now changed, but not for the reason this issue's been in the headlines. President Trump changing course, saying he'll get tested for novel coronavirus.
Most likely, yeah. Most likely. Not for that reason, but because I think I will do it anyway.
Will you let us
fairly
know the
soon?
results?
We're working on that. We're working out a schedule.
The message from public health officials has been clear and consistent. The CDC says anyone who had close contact with a suspected or confirmed COVID-19 patient should get tested within 14 days of symptoms appearing. President Trump on Saturday night seen here mingling with a Brazilian official who since then tested positive for coronavirus. Mr. Trump insists he feels great, has had no symptoms, and his doctor has said he doesn't need to be tested. One of the nation's top disease experts, Dr. Anthony Fauci, was asked on ABC's Good Morning America if the president should get screened for COVID-19.
I leave that to the president's White House physician.
But when Fauci was asked if he would get tested if he had contact with a positive case,
likely I would, but I'm not sure. It depends on the circumstances. But I think we should follow the guidelines of the CDC about when you are at a risk, what you should do.
Attorney General William Barr and the president's daughter Ivanka Trump also had contact with the person who tested positive for coronavirus. The White House and the Justice Department says neither have shown any symptoms, but both worked from home today. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
And I'm Adam Merkusen in the 10 News Live Center. This just in, President Trump tweeting, at my request, effective midnight tonight, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and MSC have all agreed to suspend outbound cruises for 30 days, saying it is a great and important industry. It will be kept that way. President Trump tweet coming just days after passengers from the Grand Princess cruise ship were quarantined at locations like MCAS Miramar amid coronavirus fears. Passengers aboard that cruise ship were transferred to federal military facilities and given all sorts of testing. Again, Cruise ships suspending outbound cruises for the next 30 days. Back to you.
Yeah, we know they have been a problem. Thank you. For many Americans, the coronavirus pandemic means normal life is on hold. From sports to concerts to the theater, we'll show you the impact.
But first, 10 News Time Saver Traffic with Officer Jim Betancourt.
Well, things still looking really good out there around the county. Roadway's still a bit slick, especially if you're trying to make your way into the downtown area right now. You could see that, so please slow down in places like that. Sometimes 65 miles per hour is just not a safe speed. The 805 over the 8 is looking good either direction, no matter which way you go. So remember to slow down. I'm Officer Jim Betancourt with your 10 News Time Saver Traffic.
My Shark Tank investments have done $1 billion.
$1 billion made. She's helped us explode. Countless lives changed.
I would like to take a flyer on you.
You should say yes right now.
All new Shark Tank tonight on ABC.
Get to the Ross Spring Dress Event, where the prices make all of the dresses yeses. Save 20 to 60% off department store prices on our best selection of spring dresses. Get your yes for less at the new store in Spring Valley.
Nothing says spring like a brand new family. And compared to our competition, nobody has a newer family than Hyundai, including 3 new SUVs in the last 2 years. And at the Hyundai Spring Sales Event, you'll save big on all of them, even our littlest one. Get big savings on all of our new family members at the Hyundai Spring Sales Event, going on now.
Get a 2020 Kona for 0% APR plus $500 event cash, now with complimentary maintenance. That's how you drive San Diego.
The coolest mattresses are on sale now at Ortho Mattress. For a limited time only, our club signature firm sets are $199. Our Ortho Mattress adjustable sets feature zero gravity sleep position, anti-snore, and USB charging stations. Save up to $900 on Cool Quilt adjustable sets while supplies last. We'll deliver, set up, and remove your old mattress for free. Only at Ortho Mattress.
Ortho Mattress.
The chance, an open look for three! Baby! Time running out, drive the lane. Oh!
Time's running out. Get to Nissan now for big savings on our entire lineup, like the award-winning Rogue and Altima. It's car buying season. Hurry to Nissan, official partner of the NCAA. Get 0% financing for 36 months on Altima, or get 0.9% financing for 36 months on Kicks. Get to Nissan now.
Babe?
What? No.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. See? Yes.
That's the sound of saving 20 to 60% off department store prices at Ross. Yes, for less.
Closed caption is sponsored by ASI, the White Glove Guys.
Broken water heater?
We can be there now.
We check your plumbing problems for free.
Las Vegas is still open for business despite convention after convention being canceled over COVID-19. Casino workers say normally busy sports books are turning into ghost towns. Several hotels and casinos are taking steps to keep their guests safe. Wynn Resorts is now scanning guests at all entrances with non-invasive thermal cameras for fevers. And for many Americans, the coronavirus pandemic means normal life is on hold.
ABC's Kenneth Moten shows us the impact.
From sports to concerts to the theater, billions of dollars are being lost because of the cancellations as the coronavirus spreads. The impact still unclear, but one economist is already predicting the U.S. gross domestic product will drop by 4% this quarter, the worst since the Great Recession of 2008.
We're dealing with an unprecedented situation here. It's a fluid situation, changing minute by minute, and we don't have a blueprint.
This morning's New York Post declaring the day the sports world stopped as leagues cancel and suspend upcoming events, including the NCAA's March Madness. The St. John's Creighton basketball game at Madison Square Garden stopping at halftime after the NCAA's announcement. The NBA suspending its season, the commissioner saying the hiatus will likely last for at least 30 days. The NHL and Major League Soccer also suspending their seasons. Major League Baseball canceling spring training and delaying the start of the regular season. And that doesn't include the lost revenue for stadium concession stands. Theme parks closing. Disney World in Orlando announcing it will close after this weekend until at least the end of March. And on Broadway, the show did not go on. Theaters are closed for at least a month.
one producer has $20 million invested in his show, and he may lose every bit of that.
Concert giant Live Nation halting all large-scale tours until April. And a possible sign of things to come, just outside Manhattan in Jersey City, a 10 p.m. curfew for bars and some restaurants to reduce large crowds. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, New York.
Well, from businesses to schools, medical care to travel, we know the impact of coronavirus in our community is far-reaching, and we want to hear from you how the pandemic is affecting your daily life. Send us a message at tips@10news.com and help us tell your stories. As the number of coronavirus cases increases in the United States, so do internet scams and hoaxes.
Coming up, what you need to look out for.
Due to circumstances out of KGTV's control, the Legoland Spring 2020 Watch and Win Sweepstakes has been postponed. Previously announced prizes will be awarded, and the remainder of the prizes will be awarded when the sweepstakes resumes. The station will provide further notice on when the sweepstakes will resume. For more information, please visit 10news.com/contests. 10 News, your smart choice to stay connected. Breaking news, weather, and San Diego stories that matter. On air, online, on your phone, on smart TVs, and Alexa. Stay connected to 10 News.
So I'm going to hold on promoting you this quarter.
Drop the taco. Get in the car. Does this Sentra feel like a compromise to you? The handling, it's good, right? No compromise there. Nope. Watch this. Brake. Rear automatic braking. So if this Nissan Sentra isn't going to compromise, why should you?
The all-new Nissan Sentra with more standard safety features than any other car in its class. Get a low $149 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Sentra.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Claire. She has AT&T DirecTV. I get tons of HD. Spectrum has tons of HD. On demand and the sports channels are included. Well, DirecTV Select doesn't include the sports channels. And we get exclusive access to original content with Spectrum Originals. Oh, I don't get that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-955-4499.
Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps. My starting speed is only 50 megabits. Spectrum is 4 times faster.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm in one contract for TV, second one for internet. It could cost hundreds to cancel. Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll help buy out yours. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-955-4499.
We're back, and the number of hoaxes popping up online surrounding the coronavirus is growing.
From false claims about treatments to fake headlines about celebrities having it, ABC's Will Reeve explains these stories are spreading fast.
As the number of coronavirus cases increases in the United States, so too do internet scams and hoaxes. Like this fake BBC Twitter account falsely claiming Harry Potter star Daniel Radcliffe had tested positive for COVID-19.
Not Slytherin. Not Slytherin.
Radcliffe says he was surprised when he heard the rumor, joking,
I think it's just because I look ill all the time, so you can believably say it about me because I'm very pale.
And after actor Tom Hanks announced he and his wife Rita Wilson had contracted the virus, Twitter blew up. 20,000 plus retweets of this photo of Hanks quarantined with a volleyball, a nod to his character in Castaway. But the photo isn't real. It's edited from a picture of Hanks at a 2015 New York Rangers game. Officials are warning the public not to fall for fake cures peddled by some companies and individuals possibly trying to scam consumers with their claims. Earlier this week, the FTC and FDA issued warnings to 7 companies accused of selling unapproved or misbranded products, claiming they can treat or cure COVID-19 with teas, essential oils, and colloidal silver. Televangelist Jim Baker received one such warning for offering a $125 silver solution he advertised as a treatment for coronavirus, even though there is not yet a known vaccine. And conspiracy theorist Alex Jones received a cease and desist letter from New York Attorney General Letitia James, one of several she and other states' attorneys general have issued in recent days to people they say are hawking unproven products.
Now, San Diego's most accurate forecast. This is 10 News Pinpoint Weather.
One thing
Friday night here, and it is pretty gray out there, Angelica, and more coming for the weekend.
Yeah.
That's right. On and off showers will continue. It's been like that through the afternoon, although some pretty nice, long-lasting dry breaks. And that is what we're going to be looking forward to this weekend, because showers will continue through Sunday morning. As we look outside from Coronado, you can see gray skies, and some showers have been right along the coast. Temperatures at 61 degrees right now. The winds are pretty light, but the next 7 days are going to be unsettled. And I actually want to pinpoint the driest days as you look forward to some dry weather, right? So for tomorrow, the chance will be for the early part of the day. Sunday looks much drier, perhaps even some sunshine for the end of the day. And then Monday looking nice and dry ahead of the next storm system. Sometimes you get a nice southerly flow, the sky is clear. So Monday has a possibility of being a really nice day. Then we get ready for the next storm system. Tuesday, Wednesday with heavy rain, and then that dry break comes through again. Thursday, more rain expected. Friday with a different system by the end of next week. So our latest storm now moving through the Four Corners. Onshore flow still in place, moisture building, and you can see it from Coronado to San Diego, extending now just east of Mission Valley, and this is now moving closer to Mira Mesa and also Terracena. As we go to the North County, you can see most areas are dry, but there's still this one line of showers that has been just stagnant over the 76, and we're expecting to see more of those showers on and off through the nighttime. Over towards the East County, pretty dry right now, but the focal point has been right over this area. You can see rain moving from the coast and then extending into the 805. Expecting showers to track east and continuing into tomorrow with the best chance overnight. You can see that chance in San Diego all the way through 9 a.m. and then becoming drier. Tomorrow, the best chance in the morning for most of the county, but it won't be for everyone at the same time, so do expect some dry breaks. The afternoon looks a lot better, and then on Sunday, we'll start to dry out a little bit more ahead of the storm arriving Monday. The problem days most likely will be Tuesday and Wednesday. So let's take a look at the futurecast here. Our 10 News Pinpoint Rain Futurecast, keeping the showers on and off through the weekend, and then our storm arriving Monday night into early Tuesday morning. This actually slowing down the timing a little bit, but what's really crucial here is all that snow that's going to be building with this system. It is a colder nature storm, and that means a better chance for snow, windy conditions, and also some widespread heavy rain expected through at least Wednesday. Snow levels on Wednesday could drop all the way down to 3,500 feet. So tonight, not too chilly, but actually temperatures next week will be similar to the numbers we'll see overnight. Get ready for a cool down and another winter storm. And our 10 News Pinpoint 7-day forecast, drier by tomorrow afternoon. Sunday looking much better. If we do have any showers, it'll be early morning. Monday looks the driest day of the week, and then the next storm system moves in. Temperatures dropping into the 50s, inland coastal areas staying in the low 60s through Thursday. That is below normal for this time of the year. And then our mountains looking for snow as low as Julian. That means slick travel for next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, but we've seen it already, fewer people on the roads, so it might actually be better as the next storm moves in.
And if Julian gets snow, Mount Laguna typically gets snow too?
Yes, definitely the chances higher elevation. Julian is actually very low, so it's rare.
Cool. All right, Angelica, thanks.
As concerns over the coronavirus rise, so does misinformation and confusion about the virus.
Coming up, we separate fact from fiction.
10 News Mornings, connecting you to San Diego.
2 major restrictions taking effect today.
Yeah, these are part of the effort to keep the virus from spreading.
The coronavirus has now spread from person to person in our area.
Some burglars drove into a Verizon store before swiping merchandise.
Damage to the roof. Everything is just completely destroyed here.
A lot of the roadways are still wet from these isolated showers that are coming on through. 3 crashes on the 805.
The minute you wake up, get caught up with 10 News. Weekdays at 4:30 a.m.
Tonight, America disrupted. The dramatic measures nationwide to contain the coronavirus spread, the frustration and uncertainty. Your questions answered as life as usual is changing. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
My mom hired a bath fitter to make me a new bath. My friend Jimmy said that when he got a new bath, it took forever. I didn't even get to miss one bath. It's just not fair.
Bath Fitter will remodel your bath in as little as 1 day. We've got over 2 million satisfied customers and 35 years experience.
Call now for $525 off and no interest for 24 months.
Fix
fixed it.
Wow, Ken, new record.
Bill, I enhanced the Save the Day glove with the Hyper Accelerator chip.
Hyper what?
Ooh, clogged drain. Gotta go.
Call ASI. We check your plumbing problems for free.
Do you hear water running at night or just a little higher water bill than normal? You can have a leak that is costing you money and wasting precious resources. Cable, pipe, and leak detection has been in business since 1976. Call us at 1-800-450-LEAK or check us out at cpldetection.com.
You try to stay ahead of the mess, but scrubbing still takes time. Now there's new Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It's the faster way to clean as you go. Just spray, wipe, and rinse. It cleans grease 5 times faster. New Dawn Power Wash. Spray, wipe, rinse.
Breathe freely fast with Vicks Sinex.
My congestion's gone. I can breathe again! I can breathe again! Oh.
Vicks Sinex. Breathe on.
So I'm going to hold on promoting you this quarter.
Drop the taco. Get in the car. Does this Sentra feel like a compromise to you? The handling, it's good, right? No compromise there.
Nope.
Watch this.
Breathe.
Rear automatic braking.
So if this Nissan Sentra isn't going to compromise, why should you?
The all-new Nissan Sentra with more standard safety features than any other car in its class. Get a low $149 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on the 2020 Sentra.
As the coronavirus continues to spread at an alarming rate across the globe, we are still learning about how people can contract the virus.
While some information is factual, other details fictional. Stacey Ann Gooden tells us how virus spreads and debunks some of those myths.
Let's face it, the novel coronavirus has everyone wondering what's fact and what's fiction. But before we get down to the nitty-gritty, let's address what it is and how it spreads. COVID-19 is a family of viruses named for their crown shape, or corona. SARS, MERS, and the common cold are all a part of the corona family. You can get the virus through droplets produced when an infected person speaks, sneezes, or coughs. These droplets can also travel several feet in the air before landing on surfaces, which is why people within close contact are susceptible to getting the virus. Now let's get into what's fact and what's fiction. COVID-19 can live up to 3 days on a surface. Fiction. The reality is it's unclear how long the virus can survive once it settles. That's why disinfecting surfaces and frequent hand washing are essential. Coronavirus is more fatal than the flu. That's a fact. The World Health Organization says 3.4% COVID-19 cases have been fatal, whereas the influenza mortality rate is less than 1%. The Associated Press reports well over 80,000 confirmed cases in China, which makes us susceptible when buying goods from there. Fiction. If an infected person sneezes on an item, the virus won't survive a trip to the U.S. The virus only affects the elderly. Fiction. Even though seniors are more at risk, people of all ages can contract the virus. As temperatures get warmer, COVID-19 is less of a threat. That is a fact.
Scientists have studied these patterns that viruses, like the coronavirus, tend to have a lower risk of spread during the warmer months. So we're actually going to get some solace in the warmer months. That being said, it doesn't mean that you stop your hand hygiene, your germ prevention techniques.
The coronavirus causes stress. That is also a fact.
Deep breathing really helps. Getting a lot of sleep really helps. Exercise really helps. All things that help you to decrease stress helps when there is a potential threat in the environment.
Bottom line, the more you practice proper hygiene and are more courteous to those around you, the safer we'll all be.
Well, we are covering the coronavirus from every angle. Coming up, the impact of the closures at San Diego County schools.
Plus, longer lines and emptier shelves, how consumers are reacting to the outbreak.
And new frustration for some of the cruise ship passengers being quarantined at MCAS Miramar. One family explains its concerns to 10 News. We'll have that and much more just 2 minutes away.
It's Dreamstyle Windows and Doors Countdown to Spring Flash Sale. Save $300 on each window, $800 on each door with no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. Every home is unique, so we offer exceptional quality Pella windows and doors with different price options and features. Dreamstyle Remodeling is America's #1 remodeling company. We've installed hundreds of thousands of windows across the western U.S. and back our work with a lifetime warranty. Our goal is to deliver the best home improvement experience of your life. During our Countdown to Spring Flash Sale, save $300 on each window, $800 on each door with no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. Hurry, this flash sale ends on March 31st, and you must schedule your appointment by the end of the month. You have less than 3 weeks left. Dreamstyle Windows and Doors. It's window and door replacement made easy. Call or visit dreamstylewindows.com to schedule your free consultation.
You met on an app. Delete it.
Why?
He's the one.
Oh.
Gesundheit. I see something else. A star with 3 points. You're in a Mercedes.
We wish.
Wish granted. With 4 models starting under $37,000, there could be a Mercedes-Benz in your very near future at the spring event. Lease the GLB 250 SUV for just $399 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer.
If your home is more than 10 years old, you likely have termites. The good news is today you can control termites without having to move out. Since 1999, Extermite has been using orange oil to control termites. Orange oil kills termites on contact, and you and your pets get to stay home while the Extermite team does their thing. Plus, it's guaranteed. You're going to love this company. Get a free termite inspection